So much to talk about after an incredible sporting weekend. Carl Lewis now joins us this morning. I don't know how to feel about this weekend of sport, my friend. Let's kick it off with the Rugby Championships. I'm going to say that maybe Australia and South Africa didn't lose, but certainly there was only one real winner in the Rugby Championships, and that'd have to be New Zealand beating Argentina. We drew with Australia, probably the one result we didn't discuss or think of. Where does this leave the Springboks? Obviously not top of the log anymore. How much does this dent our points charge when we look at the overall picture?
I think going into the Rugby Championship, if you said New Zealand, if you said New Zealand were going to win and we would come second, I think we'd have taken that.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind we won 4 games last year.
Yeah.
We're still unbeaten in 2017. I think that's the big positive. However, the match itself, I don't think we were at our best. Well, we obviously weren't at our best. But I don't think it's time to panic, I think this was our toughest test of the year.
Yeah.
And we didn't lose, so I can accept that, especially seeing where we're coming from. If we're just giving 2017 to the Springboks to learn and build
and rebuild,
I can accept the result.
And we could have won it. I think the frustration doesn't stem from how badly we played, but rather how many opportunities were missed. And that goes both ways. Australia, I think, those two poor captains trying to find some positive after the match, after coming so agonisingly close. Peter Steph du Toit was a standout player for me. We wanted him to be big and physical, and he certainly came out and did that. Steven Kitshoff has become one of my favourite super subs in all the world of rugby. Love you, Steve. What do we need to work on based on that moving forward when we've got to take on the All Blacks?
I think the big disparity between us and the All Blacks is how we execute.
Yeah.
They can finish off their chances, and I don't think we're there just yet. And that's not going to happen overnight. And I don't think a week of training will change that. It's I think that's a slow process, and I think we just need to be patient with the Boks. It's going to be tough against New Zealand this weekend.
Just brace yourself.
But I think the South African public can take a loss, but if they do show some fight and a little bit of improvement, I think that can be accepted.
Well, those exact words could be echoed as we move across to the US, to a 30,000-seater stadium. So Arthur Ashe, what an unbelievable night. One man who I don't think would have minded losing to this particular man, Kevin Anderson, loses to Nadal in the final, 3 sets, playing some of the best tennis of his life, but against a man who is having probably the best season of his life. And when you put it into context, how many championships he's won, how many times he's gone on to a Grand Slam final floor, this was undoubtedly one of the coolest moments for South African sport ever.
100%. And I was just listening to Kevin Anderson after the match. He was just overwhelmed by the support he got from South Africa. You saw the Proteas, the Springboks, all the South African golfers wishing him luck.
Got in.
Exactly. And I think if, to make it to your first Grand Slam final, that's huge. And to lose, there's no disrespect in losing to Rafael Nadal, who has 16 Grand Slams himself. So I don't think there's any shame. If anything, he's put South African tennis on the map once again. I mean, the last time we had someone this deep, or in the semi-final, was Wayne Ferreira in 2003. And the last time someone is in a final was in 1981 when Johan Kriek won the Australian Open. So I think we just need to praise Kevin Anderson for what he's achieved. He's put South African tennis on the map, and hopefully he can inspire the next generation of South African tennis players.
And I love the fact that he does pour a huge amount of his time, energy and resource into the development of the game. Carl, thank you so much, sir. I think you also lost your voice a little bit there. Us couch warriors over the weekend, a brilliant weekend of sporting action. As always, let us know your opinions on our Expresso Morning Show Facebook page.